Hi, good morning, you beautiful beings. I started the reading and then realized my headphones weren't connected. And so there's like this energy of maybe things aren't going as planned. Maybe you're trying to do things and they're not going as you expect them to. It's like you're aiming straight, but for some reason, it's like the direction is, when you like skid on the road and you're aiming that way, but the car is like sliding. That's the energy that I'm picking up. First off, good morning. Thank you for joining me here. If you have stumbled across this reading, I trust that there is a message in here for you, something to bring you value, clarity, confirmation, whatever you need to hear today. I trust that this message or something in this message will deliver it to you. I've said a prayer. I've shuffled the deck. There is the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. As you can see, that is a very potent card of what looks like potentially inspiration or new ideas, the birthing of maybe some new passions coming forth. And so just as I start to read into collective energy, and just tune in. When I first started the video, I was stuttering a lot. Like I started it once and I couldn't articulate, or words weren't coming out of my mouth very clearly. And now it seems okay. So it was as if just confronting that there was some like maybe unwanted energies or things weren't going as planned, just confronting that, like, okay, that's not how I wanted this to go, but I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. Feels like an energy of the day. Don't let the small stuff get you down. That's been a really big energy in the collective recently as well. It's just to allow yourself to move past the things that you're confronting that might feel uncomfortable. Let's pull some cards. Okay, that's a lot. So there might be like an energy of coming into divine union within yourself. So your divine masculine and your divine feminine energies are coming into equilibrium. That's something that I continue to talk about and continues to come up in collective readings. However, I'm going to set the intention that I don't keep repeating the same messages. Because it feels like it's the same messages coming through, but they're just coming through in different ways. And so we're coming out of this cycle of maybe like sorrow or desperation, or I don't know why desperation is the word, but just like not feeling so good. And maybe those not feeling so goods are feelings are what we are moving past now, and we need to confront them in order to move beyond them. It's like we need to revisit and reflect on what we don't want to take with us into this I was going to say new year, right? If you look at the astrological new year, it's on March 20th. And so for me, spring is the new year. I don't know why we celebrate the new year in January. To me, that's super strange. But anyway, so as we're moving into this, the birthing season, right, which is spring, we need to revisit the things that we don't want to bring into. We don't want to repeat cycles. We don't want to rebirth the old shit. And so we may be revisiting things that pull us out of balance, that pull us out of like alignment. And if you don't resonate with these words, with balance and alignment, find words that resonate for you, right? You could say, like, I like to say equilibrium, or yeah, there's no other words coming to me, but find what resonates for you, because you don't have to align with the same words as I'm using, but just find, right, like what makes you feel like you're in your flow, what makes you feel like you're moving in relationship with life instead of against it, right? And that's what I mean, is we're revisiting things that take us out of that take us out of these feelings of harmony as we navigate life. So if you've been experiencing a lot of disharmony in your life, if you've been experiencing a lot of things that kind of jar you internally and just like set things in a way that doesn't feel right in your life, and you're just like pushing forward and it might not be working, or maybe you have been pushing forward and it is working, right? And that's a sign that we're coming into that alignment, we're coming into that flow in a cohesive relationship with life, right? It reminds me of when cars tandem, you know, when drifters tandem and they move in like beautiful synchronicity. It's like that's how we want to move with life. And so that feels like the energy that we're coming into. That is what the energy of coming into this, right? I think of this card as the three selves. So there's the inner child, maybe the self, the now self, and then the higher self. And so, I mean, gender, it doesn't matter on the genders, but this card signifies to me like all three coming into this divine balance, right? They come into all that, they're co-creating together. They're all building this little, I don't know, macrame piece that signifies like all of them working together in unison. So that means all parts of the self. You could even say like the lower self, the present self, and the higher self, or however you want to articulate that. They're coming together. So all parts of the selves coming together to work in a way that allows us to move through life in a more harmonious way and not so much against it, right? So we have to revisit those parts of us that maybe are in the victim mentality. Nothing's ever working out for me. Nothing ever goes my way. I don't know how to get to where I'm going. This always happens to me. Why am I always falling short, right? That mindset is what keeps us stuck in this space, that keeps us in these lower vibrations or lower feelings, you could even say. When in reality, like, she could lift her head and see that the key is right there to unlock the door. Like, she's not locked out. It's her staying in this, like, I'm locked out, that keeps us locked out, right? And I know that's easy to say when, you know, potentially we're not navigating something really heavy and really deep, and I don't know what that looks like for you. I don't know what revisiting these old parts or these old emotions or just things that are hurting you, maybe. I don't know what that looks like for you, but I guarantee you it's going to be a lot easier to get out in a mindset that isn't feeding it. Does that make sense, right? So if we're just feeding these lower parts, if we're like, yep, here we go again, this is my life, this always happens to me, that's just feeding it, right? And it doesn't mean you have to go, I'm happy when you're not happy and try to convince yourself otherwise. No, it just means like stop feeding the bullshit in your life. Stop feeding the things that are hurting you. Stop entertaining the thoughts that aren't serving you, because it's detrimental to your well-being, to your health, to your life, right? One of the things that pops into my mind a lot recently is it's only your life. It's only your life. No big deal. Like, yeah, big deal. It's your life. You got this one. Maybe another one later. And so all of these things that are happening, right? Revisiting the past, coming into harmony or equilibrium, whatever you want to call it, alignment, is what's going to bring us to this place of fulfillment, whatever that looks like for you, right? They're having a party, they're celebrating. We want to get to this place of celebration, and it's going to come from, again, there is the three, the divine union of the selves. 3 is a number of divine union. There's all these cards of divine union. The Two of Cups is also divine union, right? That's the masculine and the feminine. Or you could see also like lovers. Cups signify emotions. They also signify love. There is 2 cards that are both signifying divine union in love, right? And so that's it. It doesn't necessarily mean romantic. Like, you have to meet in this divine union within yourself to meet it out externally, right? And so there's this energy of like us coming into that divine union within ourselves. And if you don't know what that means, it just means, again, like coming into that harmonious place where you can operate and live in a way that is like in relationship to life and not against it, not against the flow. You come into the flow. and maybe this will come through in a way like something might happen or shock you, or I call it divine intervention. This is the Tower. Divine intervention comes in. This is when lightning strikes the Tower to bring forth a change, right? And that's been a feeling in the collective a lot recently, is like there's something coming. And whether that's just like birth season, you think of when a woman gives birth, and I've been loving this analogy lately. I mean, it's kind of it's just really raw, because when a woman gives birth, like it's not all lollipops and rainbows, obviously. Like the birthing process is like screaming and pushing and just like prying through, getting through the experience, right? And you think of a baby, like if you look up on YouTube what a newborn baby looks like after they go through that process, like they are like, holy, like thank God we don't remember that part coming through the birth canal, because holy shit, that's real. That's the real deal. And so that feels like also what maybe we're going through as a collective or individually in our own lives. Like you got to push through a little bit. And pushing through doesn't mean ignoring what's going on internally. Like pushing through is confronting what's going on internally, being like, wow, this fucking hurts, or hey, I don't like that anymore. And then evaluating how you can move forward more gracefully, or with more ease, or more strength. The oracle card I'm pulling today is from the Sacred Medicine Oracle deck. Number 3, we have all these threes. There's 3 threes, 9. So if any of these numbers could be confirmation for you, 333. New moon spirit number 3. Hope. A sliver of hope and magic. The new moon is a clean slate for you to create. Call upon your intentions during this time. Listen to the rumbles of creation that exist in the core of your soul. What lights you up? What feels like fuel for your sacred fire? What is calling you from the invisible realm of possibility? And how will you feel when your dreams become reality? Your specific intentions at this time are sacred dreams waiting to be birthed. This card comes your way to remind you that no dream is too big. The stars are waiting for your instructions, and Grandmother Moon is waiting to reflect your inner light and shine brightly over the world with its radiance. I just want to pause right here before I forget. If you ever do need, or you feel like a personal reading would benefit you, it's where we dive into specific things that you want in your life. And it's not so general, right? We can dig into things. If you ever want, please do reach out. They're super cheap. I start at $22 for a 10-minute read and so forth. So don't hesitate to reach out if you feel like this could benefit you on your journey. New moons are a time of possibility and alignment. Stay focused on your thoughts and align them with your greatest visions. Center your mind with the most healed outcomes you can imagine. At this moment, miracles are possible. Use this time to plant the seeds of inspiration and tend to them, weeding out that which no longer interests or serves you. Wow, way to just sum it up. Look up, this is the sacred ceremony. If you wish to participate, look up to the dark sky and see the magic of the bright white sliver of light. This is obviously a visual, so close your eyes if you feel called. This is a beginning, and there is so much that is unknown. You are handed a seed to offer into the soil of the earth, the womb of Earth Mother. Take a moment to infuse it with a wish, a dream, a prayer. As Mother Earth gathers it, she transmutes it with her hands into a shooting star and throws it up into the cosmos, where it is gathered, validated, and amplified. You can now surrender and trust. Your healing affirmation: I am ready to plant the seeds of my future. I stay aligned in my thoughts and focus on what is possible. that is your reading. I hope that this was able to help you in some way, shape, or form. Please don't forget to give it a like, share, subscribe. I truly appreciate all of your love and support on this journey. I wish you a blessed rest of your day. And until next time, bye for now.